About a week ago, I think it was last week, I saw an email come through that you had some good feedback for us, and so I just want to hop on a call and just have you tell people, I guess, and explain to me, a little bit of history about coming on to Firegang. So what was your experience like getting started, and what's it been like for you since you signed up?
Well, listen. First of all, I was very excited to jump in with this opportunity with Firegang. So I feel it. I went in saying all the questionnaire, all the answers, and so forth, really quick. So your company actually started working on it fairly fast, and I was really not only surprised, but I was very happy to have a website up rather quickly. And so I started having a lot of responses from patients, which is what I was looking for. So I'll tell you, customer service has been extremely fantastic.
Wonderful. Very good. And you're, so have you dealt with marketing companies before?
Never
Okay.
have. I've always kind of been a little bit fearful about that.
Okay.
And so I just said, no, I've got to do it. And I'm glad I did.
Okay. So so since going live with the website, what kind of results have you started to see?
Well, I've got a lot of more patients actually going into my website as opposed to the website that I had before. I've had a lot of calls. So we have a lot of calls now. Phones ringing. Before that, it was ringing, but not like what it is now. Yeah. And so I'm getting even more new patients scheduled, not only calling in, but scheduled. So that's really what I've experienced. So it's a great thing.
Very good. Very good. And what was your experience like going through the website build and dealing with the team on that?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
What was your experience like building the website and dealing with them on getting a website live for you that you liked and all that?
Well, it was great. I had Miriam that was in contact with me, so she did a fantastic job. She made sure that I got, the communication was there, which is really what I really appreciate, about her. So it was very, very smooth. I mean, everything, what was promised actually happened, which is great. I mean, as a business owner, that's what I expect, if I'm going to pay somebody to, do that for me. So that was great.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that things are working out really well for you. I mean, this is what we always strive, to do. And, as business owners, we don't always get that out of companies. So I'm glad that we're delivering on it. So things have been good. Your phone's been ringing. You started to see a lot of new patients come through. How's that working with the staff?
Well, yeah, it's great. First of all, I have a great staff. They are phenomenal. And what I have done is actually I have trained them. And I feel that as a business owner, you have to do that with your staff. You have to train them because, everything that happens falls on my shoulders. I'm the one that's responsible for it. So having said that, I pretty much did let them know that I was, I had contacted Firegang and that y'all were going to help us with the not only the website, but with bringing in new patients. And so they were excited. So they were actually very receptive to this, and it's been great. They love it.
Wonderful. Okay. And tell me about the patients coming through. Good quality, decent, like ideal types of patients that you're seeing?
I'll tell you, yeah, better than what I was getting. And not only that, but the numbers are much, much larger.
Oh, wow.
And so I can tell you this, I looked at my numbers, and my revenues have increased in the last, 3 months already, or 2.5 months, 21%. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so that is great. I mean, it's a number that I didn't expect to happen. I'm glad it's happening. Yeah. But the new patients that I'm getting are patients that they're ready to have dentistry done. And so again, it goes back to what Firegang promised me. It's happening, and what else can I say? Great job.
Thank you.
What
awesome.
y'all are doing.
And so Miriam's been great to work with. I mean, how's the whole team? I don't know if you've worked with anyone else besides her, but what what's been your experience of working with us so far?
Well, yeah, I've only worked with Miriam, and,
Oh, right.
and
Okay.
yeah, she's been great. So so she's represents the company, and she has represented very, very well. I've, like I said earlier, everything that I wanted to happen, and everything that Firegang promised me that would happen. Obviously, I would have to do some work too. Is actually happening, and it's a little bit at a time. I don't expect it to, I wish it would happen, just be like 40 new patients a month. But I'll tell you, what is happening to my practice is growth. And again, it goes back to your company, Firegang, for helping me with that.
Yeah. Awesome. So, well, I'm glad that you signed up with us and came on board, and I'm glad that you have had a great experience. That's really what we always want to see. What do you think turned you on to us versus what else you were seeing out there?
Well, all I can say is when I actually talked to the rep, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, who I spoke with at first, just what he communicated to me, it made a lot of sense as opposed to other companies that I had already contacted. And there was just something about your company that made me comfortable enough to say, yes, you know what, I'm going to invest on this dental marketing, and I just have to, and I'm going to do it. So there was, it's hard to explain, but there was just something about the customer service, the wording, what was promised, and what your company could do for me, and that's really what made me to sign up with your company.
Awesome. What was the trigger point for you to say, hey, I finally need to go find marketing for my practice?
I hit a plateau. Again, having worked for a dental practice, a large dental group for 23 years, and having had experience with managing, because I was managing like the schedulers and things like that, I thought I'd had an edge when I first bought my first practice, obviously. But I realized that the numbers were not moving, and I needed to do something about it. And I knew dental marketing was one of the things I had to tackle. And because I did that, my numbers have increased, like I said earlier, just dramatically. And I keep saying it. I'm glad that I found your company, because I'm seeing results, and that's what I want to see as a business owner.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you've seen results, and you're only 2.5 months in, so that's really, really good. Yeah. I think it's you're just going to continue to see things climb, and things get better. Online marketing gets better over time, right? I mean, it's good. Everything gets done, and not everything gets done right out of the gate. So as your portfolio, if you will, your profile online gets built out, it gets much better. So, ideally things will continue to climb, and you'll have increased success over time. I don't know if I have any other questions. I mean, do you have any questions for me? I mean, I know I'm kind of recording this, and we can edit some of this, but this is kind of like an impromptu call, and I just kind of came into it cold.
Sure. Well, I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment. Again, Miriam, because she's the only one I've been in contact with, fantastic. So, again, she represents your company, has done a phenomenal job. Again, what I wanted to see, which was growth in my company, is happening. And, I just want to thank you. And whoever is thinking about doing dental marketing, I think they should look into I don't think they should look into Firegang, and and give it a try, and I'm sure they're going to do extremely well, just like I am.
Awesome. Well, very good. One of the things I got to point out that I saw in your email is that you are taking an active role in working with your staff and following our direction on So as a marketing company, we can only do so much, right? We can't, for example, answer your phones, or we can't train your staff on your behalf for all things, right? There's some things that you'll have to work with them on or hold them accountable to. Some things we can train on, of course, and we do, but just being active in that is so critical. And the practices that we've ever seen have the most success are the ones that have individuals like yourself, or they have CEOs, or maybe they're DSOs or group practices that have individuals that are set up to ensure that the staff gets the support, but also are held accountable to the things that need to be done, right? And they follow this direction because, honestly, the things that we're asking you to do are things that we know work because we've seen it a million times, right? A million times. So if we just, say, hey, we don't want to reinvent the wheel, we just want to execute on what works and get the staff on board, which is what you're doing. And I commend you for that because it helps us immensely, right? I can't tell you how many clients that we have, and we're like, hey guys, you got to do this. Hey guys, you got to do this. Every month we're like, hey, work with your staff, do these things, but it doesn't always get done. But when you do it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like the sky opens up, and it's like a breath of fresh air. So very good job on that. And I think you'll get better as your staff learns and becomes you'll train them, but over time it'll become habitual, and they'll become, it'll be expected, and that's really when they'll hit their stride. And I think that's going to be a great thing for you. So I appreciate it. I appreciate your business. And if I don't know if you've got anything else that you want to say before we hop off here.
That's it. Awesome. I thank you so much for your help, and really appreciate that. So I'm very happy.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your business, and thank you, sir. And we'll, I'm sure we'll see each other a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.